I've seen how you, back in 2010, you had an interview and you predicted the technology, the apps. You talked about Snapchat, you talked about a little bit about Twitter, and you even predicted the NFTs. And you even mentioned it. We right now, we're thinking about NFTs and how can we get that in the way. So I don't want to know no, never mind. I want to know how you did it. Not the predictions of the future, but how could you pinpoint the tendencies, the culture and everything, and you predicted this?
You know, it's funny, when you have my personality traits, people oftentimes think you're always talking, you're a big mouth, you're all this and that. I spend 98% of my time listening. That's how. Every second you don't see me doing this, I'm listening. I'm watching. I have incredible, you also have to be self-aware of what you were gifted with. I believe in doubling down on your natural strengths. I was gifted with intuition and curiosity and humility. And sometimes those aren't obvious with Gary Vee on a piece of content, but they are absolutely my superpowers. And I rarely think I'm right. I just think I'm observing. And I really think about that stuff. And I watch and I listen and I understand how humans are wired, and I keep refining that and listening and refining. I have humility when I'm wrong. I like when I'm wrong, to be honest with you. It keeps you intact. And I go and I go and I move and I move and I move and I'm experienced. Don't forget, I'm a little bit unique. I have really been an entrepreneur and a listener and a seller and a marketer since I was 6. The reason I made that joke about school, I was a businessman in junior high, let alone high school. Like, I spent my weekends at baseball card shows and I would watch people, how they would come to my table. Why would they buy that? I would talk to people. At 7, 8, 9, I'm ringing doorbells, trying to sell them my services to shovel their driveway after a snowstorm or wash their car. When I was 7 years old, I was sitting on the corner of New Jersey streets, watching cars drive by and looking at the driver's face to figure out where to put my lemonade stand sign. This has been my game my whole life. I've been chasing attention and understanding what people do my whole life. So at 45, I'm refined. I'm a vet. This is not something I went to school with. This is who I am. And so I stand out because I don't talk about things I don't know, which absolutely destroys people. So what that does is it lets, I love showing all these old videos, as you see, right? And the reason that people that razz me or compete with me don't have a lot of video to say, fuck Gary Vee, look at all these wrong things, is I don't say a lot of things wrong. And here's why, Priscilla. Most of what I talk about isn't predicting. Let me give you an insight to why I was so right about NFTs. You ready? I've never shared this, but I'm giving it to you because I like your hair and I'm in the mood. Ready? The reason I predicted NFTs-ish, right? Because obviously I didn't know blockchain was coming, was because of Farmville. Right? I understood that our lives were becoming more and more digital. And I started watching people do things for sheep and spending money. And I understood that the same reason that somebody wants to wear a Gucci bag to flex or ride a BMW, humans need to communicate through their purchases. That's why the fashion industry exists. Otherwise, we'd all wear the same thing. Jessica's wearing those glasses because she's trying to communicate, right? Like, this is what we do. We communicate, right? Eric P's got his look, right? Like, we communicate. And so as we become more digital, the things we own in digital form take over for a pair of Jordache jeans in 1983, take over for fresh Nike collab off-whites today. They take over, and it's coming, and it's gonna be real. And I'm gonna be right while everybody thinks I'm wrong, because they're looking at things literally, and I'm thinking about things from a macro human standpoint.